Hey there, beautiful people. It's Dr. D. And so I've got a few inspirational notes that have been moving me today, and so I thought to share them. Of course, I always say I really do enjoy bringing inspirational nuggets to each of you or anybody that will listen. That's my phone beeping. Somebody from work probably. Y'all know I work more than one job, so got folks tagging me, and I'm in one of my offices now. So I was thinking about the light within, and the light within us that allows us to function in healthy ways as we navigate our social lives, our professional lives, and everything in between. And so I really enjoy helping people to stay connected to the light within. You can interpret the light within in different ways. My 12-year-old and I are working on some spiritual foundations that I really want to make sure she has as she graduates into adulthood eventually, so that I am so aware. I'm so aware of the tangible and physical world that we live in. And when I say tangible world, my salute to, for example, scientific research, all that allows us to have a better understanding, academic research. It allows us to have a better understanding of the physical and practical things that we can that make up our life, whether it's research in relationships, whether it's research in science, the body, medicine, understanding what's happening in animal world, plant world, and all of that helps to define our, I'm going to say, our physical and our natural existence. But there's that other part of our existence that I continue to say we cannot necessarily physical touch. And it's that part of us that I think is energy and spirit. That thing that happens when somebody walks into a room and you're like, something just shifted. Somebody brought something to the room and like, did you feel that? It's kind of an awkwardness. All of that refers back to that part of us that's not very tangible. That's not very physical. It's that spirit part of us, that energy part of us. So when I talk about the light within, it refers to that part of us that is spirit, that is not so tangible, that is energy, that's feeling, that's intuitive, that's emotional. And so I always think it's important to stay connected to that part of us, because it does manifest eventually in how we live out our very physical and tangible lives, how we go to work and function, and so on and so forth. So I said all of that to say that I've been very conscious today about spirit within and how it guides us through these issues, like what we see being played out with the NFL. The recent decision of owners to fine players that want to protest in a civil way, and the debate over whether or not that's disrespect or it's a constitutional right. I think about the MeToo movement, and so, of course, recent allegations of Morgan Freeman, what we saw being played out with Bill Cosby, and what I just heard that I guess the Southern Baptists they remove someone from leadership because of sexism connotations related to his work as a pastor and spiritual leader. But he's still on staff and still getting paid. But anyways, the conversation continues to brew. And so when I think about that, and then some of the recent political discussions about the United States, North Korea, and denuclearization and so forth. So I think about all of these, and I think about the fact that, the light within leads you to how you can productively respond and be a part of our human experience in productive ways. So if you are in the NFL or fan thereof, what does this mean to you? And I want to say I applaud the athletes who are following their light from within, to say I want to stand for something bigger and something better. And you've got the right to debate whether or not their protest is disrespectful or not. But I applaud them yielding to the light within. And it's not popular to always yield to the light within you, to the presence of spirit, divine, God, or what have you. It's not always popular to yield to that. And so we celebrated, I've said this before, we celebrated Muhammad Ali. You know, everybody wanted to be a part of that celebration, the American hero and so forth. Everybody wanted to be a part, well, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people. It was very popular to support Muhammad Ali in his death. But it was not popular to support Muhammad Ali when he was yielding to the light within. And he protested where we were in America during the height of his athletic career. It was not popular to yield to the light within. And so with MeToo movement and women who continue to stand up from generation to generation, it's not always popular to yield to the light within. So some folks are mad that allegations were brought against Morgan Freeman and otherwise, Harvey Weinstein and so forth. Some folks, you know, they don't like it. So it's not always popular to yield to the light within, but we need that light because that light helps to guide us through our dark times. And so even as it relates to what we see being played out with national issues on the global stage, North Korea and so forth, I keep saying that if we should have some type of a war, that you're going to need to live by the light within. Because when that happens, you don't always have immediate access to instructions. Facebook, Twitter, otherwise, Instagram, what do we do? Where do we go? We saw this last year here in Florida when Hurricane Irma hit. And I have been encouraging people to stay connected to you know, that energy and spirit and consciousness that flows from within. So when Hurricane Irma happened, we didn't know where to get water. We ran out of gas. Half of the state was out of gas. You couldn't just go to a store and get water. I mean, you really had to kind of have some kind of a spiritual antenna to figure out within 24 hours, all of that shifted here in Florida. Within 24 hours, you know, folks, we ran out of gas and ran out of water. And so I had some earlier posts during that season for what it means to live by unction and pay attention to your light within. And so our family, we were fortunate along with others when nobody could find water. All of a sudden, we made a right turn here and a left turn there, following light within, and voila, a big truck was delivering water. And there we go. We had water just in case. And gas and so forth. So I want to encourage you to stay connected to the light within. Practice living from that light. When you hear little voices say go left, go right, practice doing that. Whether it's in your social work or research. Even researchers do this. We don't really talk about it as researchers because you can't really measure it scientifically. But, you know, you're in the midst of a research project and something says, well, try this, try that, and you make note of it. So if anybody is repeating your research empirically, they've got notes that they can walk through. But the light within, we don't give it enough credit in terms of how it has how we have the possibility to be guided by it in our practical world, our physical world, our research worlds, our political worlds, our social worlds, and personal. All right, that's a little bit for greater living greater as you pay attention to what it means to live from the light within. So salute to all of these moments when we are guided by the light from within. All right, bye, take care, hope that helps. And again, I'm so with NFL, living from the light within. I'm with you, players. Take care, bye-bye.